Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to see basics for option selling. Let's get started. So we are option sellers. There could be two types. One is call selling, other one is put selling. So what happens if positions are added in put selling means that strike acts as a support. If positions are added in the call side, that acts as a resistance, and if equally added means it will be a sideways zone like today. Okay, this is the basics. Now let's get started. Open for today's market is 950. Okay, so 950 here is our open ATM. So before that we'll analyze the price action first. So this is week 2 and open was here, close was here, which was almost similar, and it was a positive decay for the seller straddle. Okay, now 5 days will be there from Tuesday to Tuesday. The expiry will happen because it's a new expiry. Today is a Wednesday, 10th September, and then you could see the price action was gap up and it just went sideways. 950 was the open. So this side becomes the OTM. We'll first cover OTM. Since you could see the price action was a bit sharp, the OTM also today it's day 1, so the delta is not favorable to seller, so the decay won't be so fast. So OTM here it is a negative decay, but on the put side it's a positive decay. Okay, because gap up, that's why we could see that difference. This becomes the ITM for call as well as put, and you could see resistance was weak. Why it is considered weak? Because it is above the previous close. Okay, so this is previous close, above the previous close, and had a gap up. So whenever gap up happens, that means resistance is weak. Okay, so this is the cheat sheet. Whenever gap down happens, that means support is weak. Okay, but today it was gap up, so the resistance was weak. Whenever resistance was weak, ITM will have the maximum decay. Okay, as you could see here. Now let's just take a small calculation for any strike. Let me take the negative calculation. So I'm going to take 25,300 call writing. Okay, so let's calculate the profit or loss. So that is simply PNL. Okay, now let's calculate PNL. So 9 points is the negative decay times 1 lot size for Nifty is 75. So we have to do multiplication, 1 lot. Okay, when you do multiplication, okay, so the answer is 675. Okay, plus tax and brokerage. Okay, so it was the minus, so it's a loss making trade for the 300 strike for one leg. Okay, you can take multiple legs and you can experiment yours by yourself. Okay, now we'll take bank nifty. So this is bank nifty, and yep, week 2. So here let's just take day 9 and day 10. So bank nifty will take linear count because it is having a monthly expiry, so we don't have to worry much. So it was completely sideways, gap up and sideways, as you could see. I'm taking 1 hour time frame so that we'll have a better view when you check for open. Okay, so let me keep it down. Open is 554 500. So similar way you can do analysis on the Finnifty and Midcap Nifty. So the same is the price action. So 54 500. So let's take 54 500 as our open ATM. You could see this is OTM and it's negative for and positive for put side, and ITM it is negative for call side and positive for put side. Why? Because I told you whenever gap up happens, that times it will have a resistance under the weak category. Okay, whenever it is weak, this is the results. The decay will be in negative. Okay, now we will move on. We'll go to the premium to check the individual strikes. So let me take Nifty and Bank Nifty together, so it just becomes easy for us. Okay, so When you check for Nifty open here, Nifty open is 950. Let me take 950 in both the strikes, 24,950. And then you could clearly see pretty much from 935 itself the buyer side were winning, and at the end also you could see with a small meager margin sellers were winning for 950 strike. Let's improve the count to 100. So 100 also at by 10:30 itself. Okay, so the sellers were winning here with the small margin, as you could see, but at the end sellers were winning here. So let's take the ITM. So let me take 750 strike. Then here buyers were winning from the very start. Okay, so you could see the difference here. We'll move on to the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty open was 54,500. We'll check the strike for 54,500. Let me just refresh it. So we are going to take Bank Nifty. So 54,500 is the strike I'm expecting to check. And you could see by 10:10 it was both buyer's side, because Bank Nifty was wild. Whenever it is gap up, it would be wild. We will improve the count to 800. And here you could see by 10:10 so buyers were already winning here. Okay, now we'll reduce the count. We would take 300. And then here also you could see buyers were winning from the very start. So it's kind of, let's put as SL day, because past week you could see the price action here, and today price just did the SL hunting in a simpler way. Okay, now we will just try to concentrate on other stuff. So we'll see the close range OI. So first of all, I'm going to check for Nifty. We have Nifty here 6 versus 6, so it is clearly sideways indication for Nifty. Let's take for Bank Nifty. So yeah, here slightly I have to change the date because there is some glitch. So here you could see 1.6 and 140. So it's almost similar, so having a sideways view. Let's check the ATM. So ATM today it should be a full flash. Okay, 230 to begin with, 250. Yes, 250 is a very good start point for ATM, and then the decay was up till 216. So this shows the overall decay. So this is not specifics to the strikes, so don't confuse the ATM with the strikes. So Bank Nifty also, it was a complete sideways day, as you could see here. Now the last is we can find the seller straddles, where there are positions for selling, especially seller straddle. So for Nifty you could see today seller straddle was 25,000, and then you could see equal build up here, overall also equal build up. Now we'll check for monthly expiry. So when you check for monthly expiry, the support becomes the 25k and the straddle is 25k. Okay, so profit booking on the call side is observed here. Now we'll check for Bank Nifty. For Bank Nifty, the seller straddle area was built equally with the step count of 500, as you could clearly see. 54,000, 54,500, 55,000, 55,500, and of course 56,000. So equally it has been built up. For today it is 54,600 the straddle range. Okay, so that's it guys. Thank you. Keep supporting my channel.